Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at men reveal the struggles of dating a rich girl. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I lived in a pretty rich area of the Bay Area. My girlfriend at the time was very rich for this already wealthy area, but she truly had no concept of money. Her budget was $12,000 a month. Her family bought her a brand new Porsche because her car was a 5-year-old BMW M5. It was honestly like dating an alien. Any issues I had in everyday life were just so far out of her life experience. Whoa. What a life, right? Keeping up with her, she wanted to go on European trips, expensive vacations, expensive restaurants, etc. She made very good money and I was limited in my funds and had to spread it out. I couldn't just fly to the Caribbean at the drop of a hat. So in turn, she left me for a guy who could. Oh, well that's sad. Man, can't really say anything though because she just wanted to be happy, and if that makes her happy, then good for her, you know? Find yourself a man that could make you happy. This story isn't mine, but that of a close friend's brother. So, Joe went away to college and met Sarah there halfway through freshman year. They were on again, off again for a few months before deciding to date seriously in junior year. They met each other's families on vacation or when they would come to visit the kids at school. By all accounts, Sarah's family was polite and nice and relatively laid back, not a whiff of arrogance or anything like that. Fast forward to the end of senior year. Joe's paternal grandfather is on his deathbed and Joe desperately wants to go say goodbye. However, they go to school in a small town with a private airport, and the closest major airport is several hours away by car, and neither of them have a car. Said airport also didn't have a direct flight, so it would have been pushing 24 hours until he got to the hospice center to see his grandfather. This was destroying Joe, as he and Grandpa were very close and he was essentially a second father to him. Without a word, Sarah put Joe into a cab and took him to the airport. Waiting for them was Sarah's family's private plane. Joe and my friend and her family were all astounded. They had no idea Sarah's family was wealthy, and especially not private plane wealthy. Anyways, off Joe went and he said goodbye and he flew coach back to school. Sarah never said a word about it one way or the other, and neither did Joe. They are now married and both doing well in their careers, and from what I can tell live a very normal life. But every once in a while they disappear off to some remote island or jungle or mountain for a few days a year and don't tell anyone but their family where they're going. Whoa, this is not really a struggle. It's more like no struggle. Wow, so this is what they mean when people say they buy time, you know? Jeez, alright. I love how she wanted to live a normal life. This sounds cute. This is adorable, honestly. And I just love how he never questioned anything about it. Like, he didn't make a scene out of it, you know? Because some people might be like, oh, you never told me you were rich. Oh my gosh, you lied to me this whole time. You know, I just love how he was chill about it and she was chill about it and everyone was chill about it. Admitting financial struggles. When my wife and I were dating in university, her family invited me up to the cottage during the break between Christmas and New Year's to ski, skate and otherwise play in the snow. I wanted to go, but I didn't know how to ski and had no outdoor clothing appropriate to be out in the snow. No ski jacket, pants or boots. I declined the invitation, but my then girlfriend was really sad and asked why. I had to admit I didn't have the gear needed and I couldn't afford them. She then passed it on to her family, and when I visited them on Xmas Day, they led me to a room with 3 types of everything new with tags laid out on a bed for me to choose from. It was a wonderful gesture, but I had mixed feelings. I appreciated the gear very much, but I felt like a charity case. Also, managing expectations of my wife for travel and expectations with children's activities, she was used to jetting away whenever they felt like it and had her own horses growing up. That's just not an option for us. We do okay and we're happy, but horses are not financially viable. I don't know how I feel about this. That's so crazy to be with someone that's so different to you. Oh man, I kind of feel bad for the both of them, kinda. I don't know. She had her own horses. Oh my gosh. I guess I had a different type than everyone else. We worked together and you wouldn't know she was rich unless you really got to know her. She worked as a diversion, something to do and meet new people. She never looked at the price of anything. Had a $5,000 watch. Very humble, very sweet, and probably the hardest worker there. We were managers. The issue was that there was absolutely nothing we could do together that was new to her. She had more money and free time. Her bucket list was completed by 22. There was nothing new or fresh within my, the word realm, ability. We got along great, and I found out from a mutual friend she was excited to be with someone not using her or groveling cause she was screw you levels of rich. It was my pride, and I think that ruined it. Nothing she did. I had issues letting her pay for everything, and I was unable to show her anything she hadn't seen. I stopped being fun because I couldn't wow or impress her, and it got in my head. She was perfectly happy doing normal things, but it wasn't enough for me. I had to impress her. We lost contact years ago. I hope she's doing well. She was awesome and deserves to be happy. What do you mean? She was happy when she was with you though. What happened? What happened? Oh my gosh. I do feel like some people's pride can let it get to them. I feel like she was so nice, you know? She didn't care about anything. She was happy to do normal things with him. She just wanted someone to love her the way she was, you know? It's not like she asked to be born rich kind of thing. Some of these stories actually make me feel bad for the girl, because it's like they don't want people to judge them because they're rich and they just want to be normal, you know, and they're trying to hide it. And they're also afraid that someone might just be using them and being in a relationship with them just because they're rich kind of thing. Pretending to pull out your wallet when it's time to pay for anything, then asking, are you sure? That's the thing though, I feel like you should just split the bill, even if they were rich, you know? And I think you should make it known to them that you want to pay half, right? Because then you're both contributing to something, and you don't have to feel guilty for it later on, you know? Like, you don't have to be like, oh, but she's been paying for everything, or he's been paying for everything. Just split the bill. Just do something that makes it equal. If you're coming from a very poor family, as was my case, expect a lot of butting of heads when it comes to financial issues. I was raised very poor. Now I make a decent amount of money, but if I'm ever in a situation where I have a lot of expenses and may run into financial issues, I tend to panic a bit and plan my spending extremely carefully. My wife came from a wealthy family and she never had to deal with financial struggles at any point in her life. And she doesn't quite care about spending a lot of money. Basically, she doesn't think past the fact that we can afford something. She doesn't think about possibly needing money in the future, and that's where we always butt heads. In short, make sure you ask her to let you know before she spends more than X amount. That was the solution we came up with, and it has actually saved us from a lot of financial trouble. Spending should be a thing you both agree on, otherwise it's not going to work out. But it should also be reasonable. Because what if one side never agrees on spending any money? If you're going to say no, it should be reasonable. She was always doing something, constantly going on trips, or to the openings of expensive restaurants, or traveling to her parents' vacation house, or getting tickets for some opening night or something. It was frankly exhausting. She had money and she wanted to spend it, and I just couldn't keep up. I say had because it was entirely her parents' money. She was in grad school, though she was struggling at it, and otherwise had absolutely no work or experience. Outside of a restaurant, she barely had any life experience either. Oh, so she's just been busy going on trips or something? That's crazy. She's just been busy living the life then. I married one, nothing to do with my wife at all. She's a gem. It's my mother-in-law's expectations and image are always the center of just about every single decision. Father-in-law, the real rich person, is cool though. Oh, the real rich person? The one who's making all the money is cool. Some of these just sound stressful, honestly. I can't say very rich, but my wife and I definitely come from different socio-economic classes. Her family was upper middle class and mine was just above poverty level. She just didn't understand the panic I felt when money was running low. She didn't know the dread you get when your car starts making a strange noise and you know you can't afford to fix it. For her, everything would work out because she had parents with money to swoop in and make it all better. In short, she never understood the struggle and wasn't very smart with her money. It's not even that she wasn't smart. It's that she wasn't the same sort of ingenuous that poor people are with stretching every penny. Eventually, we both got decent jobs and managed to put back a good savings, and we both grew to understand each other's money habits. Yeah. Sometimes it's just important to just talk it out. Like, even if you both are very different, communication is key and understanding is key. Obviously, if you're communicating and you're always fighting, then that's not very good, you know. You have to also understand each other too. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.